Welcome to the deep dive. We've got quite a story for you today.
We really do.
We're looking at these transcript excerpts, and they just throw you headfirst into this, well, really intense family drama, lots of secrets, twists.
No, definitely. Unexpected connections, hidden identities, the works.
So our mission here, our deep dive, is to really get under the surface, not just what happens, but why. What's driving these characters?
Exactly. What makes it tick? What are those moments that, really stand out?
And right at the heart of it, we have Gulu. She's in this, frankly, impossible spot because of her family's money troubles.
Yeah, the sources are clear from the start. Her family's company, Goo Corp, it's failing. And the solution is, well, it's harsh.
It's a forced marriage, isn't it, to the Shen family heir.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a huge price tag attached to $50 million dowry. That's supposedly what it takes to save Goo Corp.
50 million. Wow. So for her family, it's like, this is the only way.
Seems that way, but Gulu, absolutely not. The sources show her just digging her heels in immediately, total refusal. She's determined. I think the source said she declared she'd marry, like, a beggar off the street rather than this Shen heir.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Which tells you just how desperate she is to escape. Her resolve is incredible right from the start.
And then, almost unbelievably fast, she meets Shenlai.
Like, bam, right there.
It feels like something out of a story, how quickly it happens.
Yeah.
They basically agree on the spot to get married, just to block the arranged one.
And the key thing is how he presents himself initially. Just a regular guy, maybe even struggling a bit, a construction worker.
So he fits the bill for her escape plan perfectly.
Yeah.
Or seems to.
Right. But then he drops this pretty significant detail quite early on.
Oh, his son.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
mentions he has a 4-year-old son. And Golu's reaction is, well, it's interesting.
How so?
She just accepts it. Immediately, the sources don't mention any hesitation.
Which really underlines her desperation to get away from a family's plan. Maybe.
For sure, but it also kind of hints maybe there's something else there. Like maybe it connects to some past pain for her. It's subtle, but it feels like a possibility.
Okay, so this sudden marriage obviously doesn't go down well. Especially with her family.
Oh no. Her stepmother, Lu Ya, furious. We're talking about 50 million lost.
You can imagine. So what do they do?
The backlash is intense. The sources detail it. They freeze her credit cards, basically cut her off financially to pressure her.
Wow.
And it gets worse. They even send people, like, physically after her. It's relentless. They just want her to divorce Shen Li and go back to the original plan.
That's incredibly harsh. What about Shen Li's family? Are they celebrating?
Not at all. His side, especially his grandmother Wang, she also disapproves. But it's for completely different reasons.
Right.
It's not about the money for them. It's reputation, status. The sources suggest they heard rumors about Gulu, something about a pregnancy maybe.
Ah, so they have this negative impression based on gossip.
Exactly. It clashes with who they think the Shen heir should be marrying.
So it's kind of ironic then. Both families hate this marriage.
But for totally opposite reasons.
Yeah. One side's obsessed with the lost dowry, the other's worried about their social standing.
It really throws the different worlds these two come from into sharp relief, doesn't it? Even before we find out who Shen Li really is.
Right. Okay, so moving away from the immediate family fallout, Gulu has her own goals. She wants to be a designer.
Mm-hmm. She has ambition. She starts looking for a job, wants to build a career.
And this is where things get complicated.
Yeah.
Because she wants to work at Shen Corp.
The very company linked to the heir she was supposed to marry. And crucially, the company where Shen Li is secretly the president.
Okay, let's unpack this. He's the president, but she has no idea.
Yeah.
And he starts helping her.
Subtly, yes, but significantly. The sources give specific examples, like he changes the job requirements for designers.
Oh.
He makes the education standard no limit. Galu only has a high school education, so this directly opens the door for her. It lets her apply based on her talent.
So he's rigging the system for her, basically, but hiding it.
You could say rigging or maybe just leveling the playing field. He makes sure she gets hired based on merit. And there's more like canceling overtime across the company.
Which sounds like a general policy change.
But the timing suggests it's really about making her work life easier, less stressful. He's manipulating things from the top, but she doesn't see it.
And then there's more workplace drama because her cousin, Gui, is also there.
Oh, yes, Gu Wei. She seems like a piece of work. The sources paint her as incredibly jealous.
What does she do?
Tries to sabotage Galu's projects, spreads rumors.
What kind of rumors?
Get this, she actually tells people that she is the president's wife.
No way.
Yeah, just trying to undermine Gulu and make her life miserable at work. It shows that awful family dynamic is following her right into her career.
Okay, so the pressure's coming from all sides. Then the sources mention things getting dangerous.
They do. The tension really ramps up. Gulu gets sent to negotiate a contract with this guy, Chen Daeyong, president of Chen Corp. And he's not portrayed well. Predatory seems to be the word.
And Shenli.
He shows up right on time, gets her out of there, rescues her. It's a big moment, showing he's actively protecting her.
He's like her guardian angel, but she doesn't know the full extent of it.
Exactly. And the threats keep coming. Her stepmother doesn't give up. Lu Ya actually sends thugs.
Like real physical threats.
Yes, to intimidate her, maybe rough her up. And again, Shen Li steps in, protects her physically.
These shared moments of danger must be bonding them, despite the secrets.
Absolutely. It builds trust. It shows her he's loyal, that he cares about her safety, even if she thinks he's just a construction worker stepping up.
And this seems to lead to a breakthrough. Gulu opens up.
It does. It's a really significant moment described in the sources. She tells Shen Li about her past.
What does she reveal?
That she had a child 5 years ago, and the child died. She talks about the pain, especially how people's comments have hurt her. It's incredibly vulnerable.
Wow, that's huge. Sharing something so deeply personal.
It really is. It shows she's starting to trust him on a deeper level.
And how does Shenli react? Does he reveal anything?
He does. He makes his own difficult admission. He tells her that actually his own family.
The wealthy Shen family.
Yes. They were the ones who sent the thugs after her.
Whoa. Okay, that adds another layer of complexity. So he's admitting his family is peer to the problem.
Right. It's a moment of honesty, acknowledging this powerful, dangerous world he's connected to, even while he's still hiding his central role in it. These exchanges, they definitely deepen their bond, despite the massive secret he's still keeping.
Things really seem to come to a head when Gulu meets his grandmother by chance.
Yeah, it's a pivotal scene. Grandmother Wang falls, Gulu helps her, just out of kindness. She has no idea. This is Shen Li's grandmother.
The one who initially disapproved of her.
Exactly. And this act of kindness starts to change the grandmother's perception. She sees Gulu differently now, not just as the subject of rumors.
And then the son, Nian, shows up.
Yes, Shen Li's 4-year-old son arrives, and the scene is described as incredibly emotional. He sees Gulu and immediately calls her mommy.
Just like that?
Just like that. But the source clarifies it's not random, it's actually a reunion.
What? How?
Gulu saved Nian from drowning 5 years earlier. She didn't recognize him until this moment.
Oh my God. So she saved his son's life years ago.
Yes. And here's the kicker. Shen Li apparently knew this. He knew she was the one who saved his son.
Wait, so he knew who she was on some level, even before they met and married so quickly?
The implication is there. It adds this whole other layer to their connection, linking him directly to her past trauma and heroism in a way she was completely unaware of.
That's wow. And the grandmother witnesses this connection between Gulu and Nian.
She does. She sees how instantly the boy takes to Gulu, how kind Gulu is. And this is where the dramatic irony just gets, well, delicious.
Oh, so?
Grandmother Wang is so impressed, so charmed by Gulu, and completely oblivious that Gulu is already married to her grandson.
She decides to play matchmaker.
Exactly. She starts thinking about setting Gulu up with her own grandson, Shen Li.
Oh, that's brilliant. Everyone knows but her.
Creates fantastic tension, right? Just waiting for that reveal.
Meanwhile, amidst all this personal chaos, Gulu is still trying to build her career.
Right, she's focused. She gets this big chance, a selection process for a collaboration with another company, Weta.
Let me guess Gu Li tries to ruin it.
You guessed it. True to form, the cousin physically tears up Gulu's design draft, tries to stop her from even submitting.
Just relentless sabotage.
But Shen Li is still watching, still pulling strings from the president's office.
How does he fix this one?
He intervenes again, makes it so all designers are eligible for the competition, regardless of experience, kind of overriding any procedural block Gu might have hoped for. And ultimately, he ensures Gulu's design gets selected.
And Gulu thinks.
She thinks she succeeded purely on her own merit. She credits her talent and the mysterious president's sharp eye for recognizing it. She has no clue her husband engineered the opportunity. Which brings us right back to that core tension, doesn't it? Shen Li's big secret.
He's actively choosing to keep hiding his identity as the wealthy president of Shenkorf from her.
Deliberately.
Yeah.
And the sources give us his reasoning, his motivation.
Which is?
Fear, basically. He's afraid that if she finds out he's rich, or that he's been secretly helping her career, manipulating situations.
She'll feel deceived.
Yeah, or worse, she might think she only married him because of his status, even though she didn't know it at the time. He seems terrified that the truth would make her leave him.
So he thinks the deception is necessary to protect the relationship itself.
That seems to be his logic. But it means their whole connection is built on this, well, this huge omission, this secret.
And the dramatic tension just keeps building because their worlds, the poor husband and the powerful CEO, are getting closer and closer to colliding.
Exactly. The secret itself becomes the biggest risk to what he's trying to protect.
So wrapping up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what a journey for Golu. From being this pawn in a financial rescue play
Right, completely trapped.
to breaking free, finding this unexpected, intense love with Shen Lai, and then having to defend it against her family, his family, workplace enemies.
All while dealing with her own past trauma and, completely unaware of her husband's true identity and influence.
It really flips those assumptions about status and appearance on their head, doesn't it?
It really does. You see Go Lu's kindness actually changing minds, like with the grandmother. You see her talent win out, even with the obstacles.
And you see Shen Li go to extraordinary lengths to protect her, even if it involves this elaborate deception.
Yeah, the protection is real, the affection seems real, but the foundation, it's shaky because of that secret.
Which leaves us with something to maybe chew on. Shen Lai clearly cares deeply, and his actions, even the secret help, come from a place of wanting to keep her safe and happy. But he believes deceiving her is the only way. So the question becomes, what does that say about trust? Can a relationship built on genuine feelings survive when it's also built on such a significant lie? And what happens, when that lie inevitably comes crashing down?